Hi, I'm Jean Mazzei. Welcome back to How to Get Eaten Alive Buying Carpet. We are talking to a measure man about how to measure your floor's carpet for installation. Now, aren't the measurements a little complicated?
Not as long as you realize three things. First, measure from threshold to threshold.
Threshold to threshold. Give me an example.
Well, a room that is 12 feet by 12 feet from wall to wall with a doorway at one end and a closet at the other is really 12 by 12 and a half. Measure from threshold to threshold.
And what is the second thing to remember?
Number two, all carpet weaves have a direction. Anywhere two pieces of carpet meet, we have to make a seam. Now, if both pieces of carpet don't run the same way, the color and the texture will look different on the two sides of the seam.
Okay, measure threshold to threshold, and all carpet has to run in the same direction to look good. What's the third thing to remember?
Well, the installers have to have something to grab onto to pull the carpet onto the tack strips in the walls. This means you have to add 3 to 4% onto the total yardage.
And that's really a legitimate industry standard?
Yep.
Well, now we have a little unscheduled surprise for you two. King, would you mind trading seats with your installer? Thank you. Now, close your eyes, or you will ruin the surprise. You can open them.
Huh? Hey, nobody said anything about this. This is false imprisonment.
This isn't funny.
Aw, you're breaking my heart.
This isn't funny.
Tell you what, if you two stay quiet, I promise I will let you go at the end of the show, okay?
This isn't funny.
Now, be good, and I'll let you go on in just a few more minutes. And now we turn to the installer. I like your mask. How can the installers rip off homeowners?
Hey, you ain't cuffing me up, lady.
I wouldn't even try. I like installers.
Yeah?
Yes, installers are sexy. All that sweat and all those muscles and the constant pounding, the super masculine tools. Very sexy.
Yeah?
So, how do you rip off homeowners, you sexy thing?
Lots of ways. Foam is the biggest profit area.
Meaning?
Meaning I leave the old foam in, and then I sell the foam to another carpet store.
And that way you can cheat both the customer and the store you are installing for?
Yeah, pretty nifty, huh?
Very. How can people defend themselves from this practice?
Simple. Stay home when the carpet is getting installed, and watch the installers. They'll try to leave the old foam right in front of your eyes. Sometimes just call them on it. They'll tell you they're just trying to save the money, and it's a bunch of lies. They don't distract it from their bill at all.
I suppose you don't feel pangs of guilt?
Hell no. Lots of time, foam is only a couple of years old anyway, so it's still good for years to come. Besides that, people usually change the carpet from years before that anyway, unless they live like pigs.
Anything else?
Well, there's always more extras. Say I figure a way to add an extra seam that has to be sewed on. Better yet, I can even charge a customer cash on the spot to iron tape on the seam. That goes right in my pocket.
Well, how does the customer get around those extra gouges?
Well, it's funny. People shop for weeks, and then they look at the contract for 5 seconds. Make sure that the contract describes and includes all the extras. And then when the installer starts begging for cash, whip out the contract and call the store. His boss isn't going to fucking go for that. Because they ain't going to get the cash, and that's why.
And now, I have a little surprise for you, too. Close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. You don't have to close your eyes. I was just kidding. All you have to do is sit here and confront two members of the buying public.
No problem. Do it every day.
Before Pat Holmes comes back to take a look at the victims of carpet rip-offs, we pause for one brief moment.